Okay, so flip the camera over, and I'm going to trim off all this excess polyfill. And I save this for my Raggedy Ann dolls, so nothing is going to waste. Oops, it would help if I opened it. So this is not being thrown away. I placed that in a little container. So having containers really will help you. Line that up. You see the minimal space that I'm working with? Years ago, I was using nightstands to do all my ironing and cutting. I didn't even have any of these things. I was doing everything with a pair of scissors. Okay, so that's all trimmed out. Look at that. So you just want to trim these little excess little threads that are you have there. Now, if you want to iron this after you add the back piece, remember this fluffiness is going to disappear. So you really don't want to iron this right now at all. See, I haven't ironed this, because if you iron this, all that fluffiness is going to go and you're just going to have flat, and it's not going to look very pretty. So I don't iron it. Okay, so next thing I have to do, I'm going to find a piece of material for the backing. I know I have something somewhere. I'm just going to use whatever I have. I'm not going to be very picky about this. Okay. I just want to, I'm just having fun. Okay, I have this beautiful, red, white, and blue hearts, and I'm just going to set that right there. And I'm going to cut out a square. Make it a teeny tiny bit bigger. This is when you want to make it just a little teeny tiny bit bigger than your normal cut. I'm going to go ahead and use my scissors, because I'm going to use my rotary blade to cut this out anyway. Now these can be used as strips. And then on another one, that's what I'm going to do all day today. I'm just going to make these, keep myself busy. This goes in my strips. And these little pieces over here are going to be pieces for little quilts that I make. Make my Raggedy Ann dolls and place them as patches. Just have fun. Okay, so we cut the back out. So what you want to do, all you want to do is turn this right sides, oops, right sides together, like that. Okay, see? Right sides together. And you want to have an opening at the end so you can turn it inside out. So I'm making some marks of where I'm going to stop my sewing. Okay, so take it to the sewing machine. I'm going to start way over here, this other one. I'm going to lift that up as high as I can. Place that under. And you want to sew, remember the other sewing that I did was just at the edge. This one I want to go a 1/4 of an inch over. want to back stitch, forward stitch, lower my needle down, pick up my presser foot, make sure everything's all lined up, sew 1/4 of an inch all the way around. Stop at that point, pivot, turn your project around, and then sew 1/4 inch. Make sure everything's nice and straight. Stop, pivot, 1/4 inch. Make sure that it's not twisting anywhere. Pivot, turn it around. Turn it around. Stop, back stitch, forward stitch, trim that out. Okay, so right sides together, you're seeing the back here and the back of the hexagon. Now you want to trim off all that excess material. This is when you get your rotary, the longer ruler, and you're just trimming that material off, nothing else. These pieces are too tiny to save, though some people save it for stuffing. I've made a stuffing doll with rags like that, and it did not feel good. It was too heavy for a doll, so I've never done that again. But I guess some people will use it for that reason. Everybody's different. Okay, I didn't put enough pressure on that. And I'm not throwing my stuff on the floor. I have a garbage bag next to me, so everything's going in the garbage bag. It's going in the garbage. Okay. And we're flipping it on each side. There are 6 sides, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Because it's a hexagon like the one in Saturn. Isn't that fun? Of all the planets, Saturn has a hexagon. I'm always mesmerized about that. I'm like, what? What is creating that? The odds of that happening is a million to zillions. Okay, so all trimmed out. Now you want to get your scissors and cut the corners like this. All you want to do is just take that corner and cut that top off on all 6 sides. This way, when you turn it inside out, you're not going to have all that bulkiness at the corner. Get all this out the way. It's going in my little trash can. One more. Okay. Out the way. That out the way. Now you want to turn this inside out. That's why we have the opening. So go ahead and Mash it in like this, mash it in, and then pull it out. You make it big enough so everything will come out. Again, I'm not going to iron anything. I've been ironing everything all this time. Okay, and now you want to pull out all your corners. Your hand goes all the way in there, by the way. It's not a very big project. That's what I like about this. Like I said, I have all these little scraps, and I wanted to do something different, so I went on YouTube and I said, just kept looking for quilts and projects, and this lady comes up with this cute little project. She's just awesome, I'm telling you. Okay, so now we have that all opening. Remember, we sewed this down, so this is going to be really nice and easy to flip this. Of course, when it's live, when you're recording, it doesn't want to flip. Okay, there it is. You could pin it if you like, or I'm glad I noticed that I didn't pull that corner out. Let me double check to see if I pulled all the corners up. Yep, all the corners are out. Okay. See, if I would have sewed that, it's hard to go back in there and do that. So now you want to sew as close to that edge as possible without compromising anything. So lower your needle position down. You want to get as close as you can to that edge. This is when you need your stiletto because it doesn't want to move all the time. That stiletto helps you. And I'm not going fast. I want to go nice and slow. And I'm as close to that edge as possible. My stiletto, push it through so the feed dogs can pick it up. And your dual feed system helps you. Done. And you want to cut what little threads you have peeking out. Just not very much. And it's complete. My 6-sided hexagon. I don't think you can see it. Look at that. That is so adorable. Is that cute or what? And then you put your little coffee cup. I'll use my measuring cup, the one I have my water at, and look at that. You can get a nice little small bowl, a nice plate. One of those pie plates fits perfect on here if you're having a little snack. And your coffee can fit right there, or your tea, your little tea and your s'mores, or whatever you're enjoying your day. This is really good. I like to put my cell phone on top of this little cushion because it protects it from the back getting scratched or anything, or the front. These are just so adorable. What I like about these as well is, and a long time ago they used to sew these by hand. That's how old this pattern is. You could take this piece that I have here and match it up to this one. Take it to your machine. Mostly all these new machines have that stitch that is called the join stitch. And what it does a crisscross stitch. Literally crisscrosses like you're doing it by hand, and it'll attach these together. And it's a tight stitch. And you could add another hexagon here, another hexagon here, and now you have a little table protector. And you could keep doing this and adding them, or you can sew them by hand with a crisscross stitch, all by hand, and it can be one big giant little quilt. I mean, this is how they made quilts a long time ago. And when you flip it over, you already have your back, you have your batting, you have your backing. You don't have to worry about picking up a super heavy quilt. You could take your time, sew these piece by piece, because these are all the same size. So you get your next piece, you could sew it by hand, get your next piece, sew it by hand, and keep adding piece by piece, and you'll have yourself a very beautiful quilt. So that's what I'm doing today. I like keeping busy, and that's what it's all about, keeping busy. Keep your mind busy, ladies and gentlemen. Now, I've got 5 of these. 4 of them are going to be donated today to the little lady who comes to my house and delivers food to my house every Monday. I'm trying to find, where did I put these? My little bag at. Somewhere over here. There it is. I have a little bag and I put all the little scraps at. So I'm going to make another one. I hope that helps you on your journey to sewing, and that you make something really pretty as well. Thank you for joining me. I love you all. Happy Monday.